Good day, everybody. Welcome to Dr. Tom's Tips on Tuesday at 10 in 10. This is a special episode because this
Yep.
is right before we're having this. Everybody, check this guy out. Wow, look at him, right? Actually, this
I
one's a
bet you
little
made
bit.
that. Did you make
I
that,
wish I
Michael?
had that. So today, Dr. Tom is going to share his tips on something incredibly important. And that has to do with his secret formula for tapioca and Thanksgiving stuffing. So, Dr. Hirsch, how the heck are you?
Hey, everybody. Good morning. I'm doing great today. We're not going to talk about dentistry at all today. This is just going to be kind of a fun thing. And I'm going to pass down the secret family recipe for tapioca pudding, which is one of my family staples. We love it. And so it's really super simple. My mom made the best tapioca in the world. My wife makes the best tapioca in the world. I make better tapioca in the world, better than anybody. And so I'm going to share with you the secrets of it today because I have now passed it down to my daughters and my kids, and they're finally getting the hang of this thing. It's easy to do, but it does take a little bit of practice. So here we go. Without further, and you never say without further ado because that's so camp. But anyway, minute tapioca. Minute tapioca. That's the masterpiece right there. Okay. You buy it, it's about $5 or $6 a box, and on the back is the recipe. Lo and behold. So I'm going to read it to you because there's certain things that you have to do. Whenever I make tapioca pudding, I usually make a triple or a quadruple batch because it goes like wildfire in my family. So, starting out, on this recipe, I quadruple this recipe. It says take 1 egg. I take 4 eggs. You separate the eggs, the white from the yolk. And you take the 4 egg whites and you put them into the mixing bowl. And then you take the 4 yolks and you put that into a pan. Along with the 4 yolks that you put into the pan, you're going to put in 8 cups of milk. You're going to put in 12 tablespoons of minute tapioca. Okay. You're going to mix that all up and you're going to start heating that milk in the pan. Sugar. You're going to need 24 tablespoons of sugar. So let me think for a second. 3 tablespoons, a quarter cup, half a cup is 6 tablespoons.
Holy cow.
12 tablespoons is a cup. You're going to need 2 cups of sugar. Okay. What we always do on that is I cut that down almost by half to a third. So use 2/3 the amount of sugar. Otherwise, it gets too sweet. So here we go. You've got the eggs separated. Beat the eggs at high speed on a beater until the eggs start to peak. And once they peak, and you can actually lift up an egg white, and it stays right about like a mountain peak, you're done with that. When you're beating the egg whites, you're going to add half of the sugar into the egg whites as you're beating these things. So add half the sugar in, peak it, and then turn it off and set it to the side. The rest of the sugar you put in to the mix with the eggs and the milk. And you put that on the tapioca. And you put that on the stove and you stir it all up and you wait until it comes to a bubble. And have to do this over low heat. And when the stuff finally starts to bubble and you stop stirring, but it continues to bubble, then you know that the mixture on the stove is ready to be poured into the egg white mixture. So, with me so far? Rolando, you look confused. Where did I lose you?
I'm tracking. Go for it.
Okay, so you're tracking. So when you start, after you've got the hot milk, sugar, tapioca, and egg yolks on the stove, you just take a little tiny cup and you turn the mixer on low and you just add little by little by little and kind of stir it with a spatula. If you put the hot liquid in too fast, you'll cook the egg whites and then it'll kind of curdle. It'll be really gross. So you stir it little by little until you get this whole thing all mixed up. And don't beat it too much, otherwise it's going to get tough and it gets real chewy. So you don't want to overcook it. You don't want to overbeat it. You don't want to overstir it. Otherwise, it gets really really stiff and hard and thick, and it's kind of yucky to eat. So the minute recipe, use 2/3 the amount of sugar. If you use too much sugar, it just really becomes super, super sweet, and it doesn't taste very good at all. And then set it off to the side. Add your vanilla at the very end. I think there's 3 or 4 tablespoons of vanilla that you add to this thing at the very end. That just kind of cuts down the sweetness from the sugar. And you can serve it hot. You can serve it cold. And God, it is so good. So give that a try. It's going to take a few times to do it, but if you do this, I love this stuff. My family loves it. So
I'm going to try it, and I'm going to show you, and then you're going to see me chewing on a bar of tapioca. It's going to be awesome.
Tapioca bars. Maybe we've discovered a new thing. I like that.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's just a little, that's the tapioca one. And then I promise you my secret ingredient for stuffing. Make your stuffing the way that you always make it, but then my secret ingredient are pomegranate seeds. You can either get a pomegranate, peel the whole thing if you want, and take all the seeds out and throw that into the stuffing mix, or you can buy the pomegranate seeds are already peeled. I do it that way. It's a whole lot easier. Get a couple of big old containers of that. Dump that in. Mix that all in with your stuffing mix. Stuff your turkey with it. It's on the stove. And it kind of gives that nice little extra nutty crunch. So that's my 2 secret ingredients for the day.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much for that.
Oh, yeah.
So it's Thanksgiving.
It is Thanksgiving. And, we just have to really take a moment to think about what we're thankful for. God, if I had to, we canceled Thanksgiving at my house. Sitting down there, we were going to have family get together. My daughter decided that she wanted to take her family to Palm Springs, and then we were all going to come back and have Thanksgiving. And I said, no, we're not going to do that this year. You're going to Palm Springs. You're going to be around other people. The kids are going to be playing with other kids. We're not bringing it back, and we're not going to contaminate the whole family. We have been so careful and so thorough with everything that we've done. I want everybody to maintain their safety and their thoroughness and everything they've done. So the things I'm really thankful for is I have to be so thankful for my staff that has showed up every single day throughout this whole COVID thing. Of course, in the very beginning, we weren't seeing any patients, but they were still coming in every day. They were troopers. They go above and beyond to make sure the office is sterile, to make sure it's clean, to make sure that it's wiped down, to make sure that we're changing gloves and changing masks and doing everything that we can not to contaminate anybody. We've not had one COVID case in the office. We've not had one patient report anything. We've not had any staff members that have been sick. So we're just extremely lucky and fortunate. So I'm just so grateful for my staff and all the hard effort that they're doing. Yeah, that's the first thing that I'm grateful for. The second thing that I'm grateful for, I get to get up every day and come to a fabulous profession. I'm working. And the third thing that I'm saying is I'm healthy. I'm healthy as a horse. I'm almost 75 years old. I mean, hey, I'm on the right-hand side of the page, way over to the right-hand side of the page, with no ambition to retire. I want to sit there and continue to do what I do because it's so much fun to do, and my staff keeps me safe doing it. I'm healthy, and I'm thankful for that. So thankful for my staff, thankful for the patients that are showing up and supporting us, and just thankful for being healthy. How about you, Rolando?
You know what? We get to do what we do every day. And even as crazy as this year has been, we still have our family. We still have our friends. We'll get through it. And I very much appreciate kind of how you feel and all that. I mean, especially now. I mean, COVID has not gone away, has it?
No, it has not. So we still have to be increasingly careful about that. Still continue to use your ice lights, everybody. It keeps that airborne spray and spatter and splatter down and just reduces that. It helps. It helps. Be
and
safe.
Aerosols and sucking in. So, First of all, Dr. Tom Hirsch, thank you so much for sharing your tapioca with your minute tapioca recipe, the pomegranates for your stuffing, but also, gratitude to your team, patients' health. I think that's important, and really appreciate everything you're doing here. And Yeah, I appreciate you taking the time every Tuesday to come and share tips, share your perspective and advice. So,
And you know what, everybody, take care of your staff this year. They're going through hard times. Even if it hurts you a little bit more, and you may not think that you have that little bit of extra to give that little extra. It's going to go so far. Our Christmas bonuses, I gave them out already because I know people need them. So they got them. They got their Christmas bonuses on Monday. So you may not think you have it in you, but do it anyway. It'll mean so much to your staff.
thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. Hey, folks, thank you for joining us. Have an absolutely safe, wonderful, and restful Thanksgiving. There's so much for us to be thankful for. Dr. Hirsch, thank you for joining and spending time. Those of you who like this, please share if you want. If you want to hear other recipes, we'll be happy to cover that. We will be back after the holidays, and we are going to continue with Dr. Thomas Tips. So if you have questions about it, let us know. We look forward to it. Thank you, guys. And Dr. Hirsch.
Thanks, everybody. Be safe.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah. You're going to have to get renewed triplicate prescriptions, too. Talk about that.